how to instantly be attractive to women. My name is Josh. Welcome to My Alpha Empowerment. Before I get into this topic today, go ahead and click the link above me or in the description box below. That will take you right to my website where you can learn more on how to become an alpha male and you can get on to accomplishing your dreams in life. So if we can be instantly attractive to women, why would we want delayed attraction with women? Why would we want it to go on and on and on when we could become instantly attractive? So today in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to achieve that goal. I want you to think through your life right now, and I want you to look around in your mind's eye and try to remember a guy who had all the ladies that he ever wanted. There might be that one guy you remember from high school or from grade school, any time that you can think back to that particular guy. As soon as he walked into a room, it seemed like all the ladies wanted him. What was it about that guy that gave him that power? It was the fact that he had a higher vibration and a higher state of consciousness before entering that room. You see, he already determined that he was going to be the most attractive man in that room. Whether those women told him or not, or whether all of his guy friends said, "You're the man," it didn't matter. He said he was going to be the man. And that's exactly how you watching right now are going to become that man. The guy who instantly can make a woman feel attraction. And it's not about manipulation. It's not about being overly cocky and being a jerk. It's about coming into that scenario, wherever that woman might be, and having such a positive spiritual vibe about you that you barely have to speak and she is drawn to you. And so much of it is revealed in your eyes. When you can directly look a woman in the eyes and smile and spark a conversation immediately, and there's no hesitation, that is how you instantly spark attraction. There's really no formula as far as you need to open with this particular line, then you need to bounce over here, and then you need to come up with some sort of opener into that, and then you've got to use a little funny comedy in between, but then you have to bounce back, and then you got to include some flirting, and then before you know it, you're sitting there and you're like, am I still a man here? This is ridiculous. So when you're there in this scenario and you're thinking through all these steps that you previously were studying, you're there suddenly thinking, what am I doing here? Like, I'm not even able to be myself anymore. I'm here, but I'm so uncomfortable. And so that's exactly what I want to get away from. I'm not even telling you steps today. All I'm telling you to do is have the higher vibe before you walk into that scenario with that woman. I'll give you an example today. So you have a man who's on a professional football team, okay? And this guy, he's been through all the training throughout his high school. He got on a college team, he got scouted to a pro level football team. And suddenly, as he's on this professional team, he stops training, he stops working out. In fact, he completely forgets about football, but yet he's still on that team. So the offseason passes, and now the season begins. And he gets out there, and they play one of the best teams in the league. So this guy, he gets completely crushed on the field. He can barely throw the ball like he normally used to. He sucks terribly. And everybody could sit there and say, well, why is he not doing that great? Well, like, what's going on here? Well, the fact of the matter is the dude wasn't even prepared before he walked into that game. And it's the same with you. If you get out there in the game and you aren't even thinking positive about yourself, you're not even strong emotionally, you're always telling yourself why you're not good enough. You don't try at life. You don't even work on anything in your life. And you get out there and you want to say some quick line and you think that's the answer. Well, I'm here to tell you guys the truth. And it's really not in the line. It is in your vibe. And ever since I started this channel, that is the number one thing that I wanted to paint to you guys, that picture, that it's in your vibe as a man. It's in the spiritual strength that you bring to the table. So right now you're watching this video and you're thinking to yourself, okay, that sounds great. How do I actually have the higher vibe? Well, the first thing you got to do, guys, before you walk into this scenario to have this right vibe, you got to be thinking completely positive about yourself. So you guys have probably tried this in your life where you get a piece of paper out and you get a pen and you write down all the positive things you can think about yourself. That is awesome. It's very awesome. However, that usually lasts for about one day and then you kind of forget about those positive things. Well, if you're really serious about becoming an alpha male and you're really serious about being more instantly attractive to women, you're gonna have to do this day after day, week after week, year after year, until it becomes a literal habit. You want to get to the place where when you're talking to a woman, you're automatically thinking optimistic. So if she happens to walk away or something happens where normally you'd think, oh, see, she doesn't like me. See that? And you tell your buddy over here or whatever, or you go home thinking terrible about yourself. You're actually thinking the optimistic way in that situation. You're thinking, all right, she's just testing me. She's going over there to, see if I chase her. So see how the alpha male thinks? It's a totally different way of thinking that you already have before you walk into the game, so to speak. So that first part of the equation is very important. Thinking only positives about yourself and about the situation all the time, 100% of the time. Not 50%, I'm talking 100% of the time. You are optimistic. When you get negative thoughts, you combat those negative thoughts with optimistic thoughts, and you keep attacking those negative thoughts. And you say, nope, I refuse to think negative. I'm a great guy. You keep doing that. You keep doing it over and over again. Okay? That's very important. But the other part of the equation that we need to do is you have to validate yourself before walking into a setting with a beautiful woman. If you want to be attractive to this woman before you walk into the scenario, you have to already validate yourself. It has nothing to do with her or anybody else validating you. You see, guys, one of the most tormenting things of being insecure and feeling insecure is you're constantly trying to get everybody's approval. I mean, aside from attracting women instantly, what about you enjoying your life as a man? Because certainly I remember those days where I literally wanted validation from every person. And I pulled myself out of that, and I was able to learn from other guys teaching this stuff. And I'm like, this is the worst way to live. Why would I want to live trying to validate myself to them? And from that moment on, I started validating myself to me. So what does this mean for you? I'll give you an example. When you validate yourself in so many different ways. You validate yourself with the way you look. You validate yourself with how you're dressing. You validate what you just ate. You validate the fact that you had a really awesome or really bad day at work. You validate that, and you're okay with that. You validate the fact that you drive a wonderful car, okay? You might have a Mercedes, or guess what, guys? You might drive a crappy beater car. But guess what? If you're an alpha male, you validate that beater car because it's debt-free. You don't have a car payment, okay? That's awesome. So validate it. Validate yourself. Don't feel insecure about that beater car. I mean, we should all aspire to get nicer and bigger things, but if you're in this scenario right now, if you have a job that you maybe don't feel quite secure in, or if you feel like, oh, it's a little bit unattractive to women, I got good news for you guys. If you validate yourself, you are going to instantly be attractive to women. You see, most guys, when they walk into a conversation with a woman, they are always looking for her validation. They're wanting to prove why they're good enough for her. They're wanting to prove why they're attractive enough in every way. However, guys, I'm training you to think total opposite. I am creating the scenario in your mind where she is validating herself to you. She's the one feeling a slight insecurity there. She's the one thinking, oh my gosh, I need to prove why I'm good enough for him. I mean, this is it right here. You either believe in yourself or you don't. And before you get in the game with women, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta validate yourself. And here's my final point to having the higher, stronger vibe. Before you walk in there, this is it. You guys ready? It's so complicated, right? Here it is. Have fun. When you go to the grocery store, have fun. When you go to the bank, have fun. When you're out and about, or you're out with some friends, or you're going to the club to meet women, have fun. If you're not having fun and you're just going to get women, nah, ugh. Women look at that and they say, ugh, that's repulsive. It's so tacky, guys. You don't need to be like that anymore. You're not going out to get women. You're going out to share your vibe with the world. And guess what? Women just happen to respond to that. They happen to like that when a guy believes in himself, because it's sexy. It's sexy. If you're a garbage man and you validate yourself, you think it's the coolest, pimpest job on the planet, she will think that's sexy because you believe in it. You're not backing down with what you do with your life. You believe in it. And guess what? I believe in you. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the link above or in the description box below and you will learn more on how to become an alpha male. Have a great day. Be empowered.